I want to talk about contextualization and personalization. I think one of the keys to this is, I think we're all dancing around this, is the more specific the content and the environment is to the person enjoying it, the better that experience is. It doesn't really matter how many ads there are. They're just they're having fun inside the space. But I think one of the key challenges is, dynamic ad insertions to cater to people who want certain products is one thing, but dynamic ad experiences, Darcy, I believe that the technology exists, I could be wrong, for us to basically cater the experience to the user versus the ads. Meaning Dina comes in and we know she has a very low tolerance for ads, so we show her fewer ads per hour. John comes in, he buys everything, he loves ads, we serve him more ads. Can we do that? I mean, I imagine Amazon, I can't wait to watch Amazon's Thursday Night Football tonight, as someone referenced in the Q&A, because I'm really interested to what they're doing to that product, and they're promising some fancy shit. I know it's going to go down in the middle of the game. But Darcy, is that a thing, especially in live? Can we pump ads, different ad loads to different people? Not just different ads, but different ad loads to different people?
Certainly. I mean, you got to know your customer, and they have to be able to opt in and give you more information for some reason. We have a fantasy bid platform that sits beside our streaming platform. And if you want to win a Dodge Challenger, you're going to give us a lot more information than you normally would just watching programming. So we know what your affinity is to, well, we don't necessarily know you like Dodge yet, but you tell us what cars you like. You tell us what brands, in automotive are important to you. All these check boxes. If you don't check those boxes, you don't get to be in the fantasy bid platform. So those people, absolutely what you're saying, when we can target all day long, especially in streaming.
And isn't that the answer to a lot of these conundrums, is if the experience can be caterable, which is not a food reference. Can't we improve the effectiveness of the ads? Can't we improve the experience itself and keep churn down? Isn't that where we're headed? Isn't that for video?
I'm going to jump into some crazy stuff right now. So we're developing the automotive metaverse, and that is where you're going to jump right into the experience, and it's all branded. And you can sim race in there. You can, on a home, you can collect virtual cars and buy NFTs and do all that crazy stuff. So ultimately, that is the extreme, the far extreme of immersive experience and brand engagement is you're in it. Whatever you're actually creating your own experience through this, I hate using the M word because it's way overused, but this immersive experience, this digital twins of what you experience in the real world, and you can surround that person with all kinds of branding opportunities, but they want it because they've already opted in. They're part of this, they're an avatar, they're moving around in our auction differently than somebody is just sitting in front of their television. So that's where we're headed. That's very extreme, but on the other side, I mentioned, pardon me?
Yeah, since Darcy pulled us into Mark Zuckerberg's neighborhood, the Web3.
He doesn't own the metaverse, so I'll never say.
He thinks he does. The Web3 premise of community and skin in the game of the consumer, forgetting kind of the jingles and jangles of NFTs of the last couple of months, but intellectual property, where we can actually sell fractional pieces of it. Mike has I think that's a Banksy behind him. Banksy released a painting which he sold for $40 million and then fractionalized it.
Yep.
To me, that's the proper use of blockchain smart contracts and Web3. Do we see the Web3 being, and I especially mean this, Dina, in particular, for creators? Is there, you look at Patreon as these bespoke subscriptions for podcasters and musicians. Is this kind of, I'm going to sell pieces of my intellectual property to my audience, my most passionate fans? Is that going to be a thing? Do we see an opportunity to monetize differently in Web3 than what has happened in Web2?
Yes, for independent content creators, for sure. And then they're also in charge of generating their own advertising. Someone mentioned thoughts on Discord. Discord is a fantastic community for marketing individual content creator platforms, and then ownership of monetizing without having to deal with any other companies. Basically, individuals as LLCs fractionalizing and monetizing content. It's all about the micro and the Meta and Discord as an enormous community.